Now everything is under recording, so I don't miss anything. Okay, so as I mentioned, we will continue with the execution, but just again to remind you, and some of you may not have this information from last week, last session, that we do have the FIG directives, second directives already sent last week, and therefore please download, and it has all the details for the how we're going to conduct the online judges education. Of course, you need to download general judges rule and specific judges rule, as well as a technical regulation. They're all in the FIG website, but please be careful. You download 2022 version, okay? Because there are many from last version as well. This is a new platform for FIG STS judges education. At this moment, I have heard that currently only the judges with FIG brevet from previous cycle can have access to this STS education system. Now, for the new judges, you need to register, but the registration is not open yet for new judges. Therefore, please wait until that registration opens, and then I'm sure FIG will contact every one of you. When you log in, so this is for the judges with the previous cycle, but when you log into this system, you will see this kind of screen. And then you put your username as your FIG brevet number and AE for aerobic, and put your password, your born year, FIG number, and AE, and click aerobic. Then you log in. When you log in, you have this site with all the routines. We have competition videos and an information up there, but you click whatever the competition you want to see, and then there are all the categories with qualification and finals, all included inside the list. And it sometimes doesn't work pretty good, but you can search and try to see. And when you click on something, you need to go down the list, and then here is a renew, revise. Because in order to make your selection inactive, you have to revise. Then new screen might come with whatever you selected. And just to give you, when it's, I'm not sure if it's really open yet, but next to between, well, here up on the screen, there will be TC information, info with TC presentation. I don't remember exactly, but there you can find all the PowerPoint presentation, which I did and I'm doing, will be also from here. And because I had a problem and I wanted to share, is when you have a PowerPoint, it doesn't show this left half. And then I didn't know how to make the PowerPoint bigger. So I find out these 3 dots, okay? These 3 dots, if you press this menu will go to the left. So you will be able to see whole screen without any problem. And then you'll see 3 dots back here, and then you click and then the menu will come back on the screen. So this is how it works in the STS program. Just a reminder, you'll find the schedule of the online test and then the practice test and then the registration deadlines in the directives, and to be concentrating on the aerobic online test will be Saturday, March 19th. You still have close to 2 months at 14:00, 2 o'clock Japan Standard Time. So it's same time as today, okay? If you live different places, then you check the dates and then the time accordingly. And 1 week before the official test, you will have the practice test. So in our case, in Asia and Oceania, we are here March 12th on Saturday, just to check and see if your system works and how to do the test. You will have like a rehearsal practice 1 week before the official online test. Please remember, for the new judges, the deadline is here. Final registration is here, but I understand it's not open as of yesterday from the information I received. For the practical test is about half an hour to 1 hour with the rehearsal. And then official test, it will keep going. So you have to keep the time, and I will give you that information later. And for the test result, it will be only pass or fail. And therefore, it's no upgrade test at this time. Then it'll be sent to the HNF. But until you receive the result, you can register any competition as previous cycle brevet. Unfortunately, you heard the news that the Suzuki World Cup is postponed due to the pandemic. Therefore, there won't be a competition here in Asia area, but there is another World Cup of FIG in Cantonade. And I believe there is another one opened for the Slovak Open. It's just an open competition. So if any of you can travel around the world, then those are some competitions that you can try and see. Now, if you pass, you keep your previous judges cycle brevet. And new judges will receive brevet level 4. And if you fail, you have an opportunity to retake the test but one time. So for any information, please read the general judges rule as well as the specific judges rule. During this webinar, I want to remind you that if you have any questions, please keep the notes and send it to your federation, because each federation can send AGU and Oceania affiliated federation prepare the questions in the order of the sections, and we will send it to, I think it was me and our sport manager, Alex Kola of FIG, and that information is all written in the directives. Then we will take all the questions equally to all the continents and then give an answer to all of them before the online test. But I start to think maybe for this webinar, Asia and Oceania, I'm thinking of having another webinar, not the webinar, but the summary webinar maybe, and give you a little practice routines in advance that you can try and in the practice, and then maybe I can explain. But I'm thinking of some kind of one session, not too long, just to give you a little summary or backup if possible. Okay, sorry, I cannot promise at this moment, but as I said, I will prepare the difficulty what if, because I'm sure from last session, somebody came up with, well, what do you do if you see this? What do you do if you see this? I will try to make the chart where you guys can see at the glance and then see what you need to do as a judge. Okay, I hope you're ready. Now, I'd like to go click on the, let me change the screen. Okay, lecture 1. Today is the execution. So, where's my, I'm sorry, I lost. Okay. Let me see if I can. Are you there? Yes. Okay. Let me get to lecture 1. I think this is lecture 1. Okay. 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 You need to little bit concentrate on these lectures because today it is a lot of information. Aerobic Gymnastics Technical Committee would like to clean up the execution. Although many of you have done well in, or the gymnast has done well in the competitions with showing the good execution level, but still, with the perfect execution, it looks great. The image of aerobic changes. Therefore, we'd like to clean up, and then you as a judge is the person who can tell the gymnast without words by judging correctly. So today we will go into the execution. We have a lecture up to 1 to 4, but I'll do it all today. In your code of point, it says all movements must be perfect, performed with maximum precision, means perfect. And we'd like to see clear shape of any movements. And any deviation will be deducted from 10 points with each increments of 0.1. Okay, so for example, in this photo, you have a knees apart. That's also a deduction. For mixed pair triangle group, you evaluate the weakest or the larger mistake person as one error. Therefore, if we see these two have a toes pointed, but this person has toes lifted up or not concentrating with the foot position, then you check this person and make a deduction accordingly. EGER evaluates the technical skill of whole routine. That means including choreography and elements. And from the beginning till the end, therefore, you check the beginning pose or position or ending position included. You will evaluate the elements, including difficulty and an acrobatic, AMP sequences with good technique, steps and arm movements as well, transitions and links, that how they moved. Of course, in mixed pair triangle group, you check the partnership, collaborations, and interactions. And in addition to all the technical skill for mixed pair triangle group, we have synchronization check. So as a execution judge, your function is to deduct or I don't want to say all the deduct, but the evaluates the elements, MP sequences, transitions and link, partnership, collaborations, and interactions. And for mixed pair triangle group, addition is a synchronization. Now, to have the perfect execution is a technical skill, which has a form, posture alignment, and precision of perfection. So judging technical skill, when it's form, it must show the precise form of each movement. You need to see clear form or position, shape. For example, in Cossack jump, Straddle L Support, you need to see that position or that shape in order to do the elements. And posture and alignment performs movements with each body parts at the correct position or placement. That includes carriage of your neck, shoulder, and head relative to the spine, and placement of torso, toes, feet position, and fully extended or not, like knees bent. And precision and perfection is each movement must be performed with correct technique to begin with, using the necessary physical capacity. And each movement has a clear start and finish position. And jumps and leaps require also the amplitude. That's why we call jump. So how do you deduct in execution? You have small error, medium error, large error, and fall or multiple touches. So small error is minor deviation from perfect execution. So if it's just a little bit, you take 0.1. Now medium, we use the word significant. Significant is when you notice clearly, and it's a deviation, then you make the 0.3. For large error is like with wrong technique of the whatever the movements, including AMP also, okay? And touching the floor, well, which means like one touch. We used to say touch and brush, forget about that. If they brush, but it's touch, okay? If they touch the floor, it's touching the floor. And if it's one touch or wrong technique, you deduct as a large error, which is 0.5, which automatically does not give difficulty value. I try not to mix you up with the difficulty and execution, but so that you know any 0.5 means wrong technique or touch, the difficulty value is not given. Now, fall and multiple touches means to drop or come down to the floor without control. Okay, with the control and touch and up is one touch, it'll be this. But if you boom down on the floor, that's without control, without your intention, it becomes a fall. And more than one touch means multiple touches. Those are under this criteria, and you deduct minus 1.0. So just to give you from now, we'll show you this type of a screen, and then with the reason, we will you can see what's going to happen, but ending with feet not together. So watch her ending. Little bit apart, it's a minor little deviation from the perfection. So this is a small error. Now, medium error means when there are many. We cannot make an encyclopedia or dictionary, but just to give you an example where we can see very often a Wenson position where your leg's supposed to be on top of the tricep, but not. So watch the Wenson position, which is a medium error. Did you see that? I think for those of you who are here, you see the leg is not really on tricep. If it's on tricep, her foot will be more forward. This kind of thing. I know you cannot see well when it's moving, so I try my best to stop if possible. Now, large error is wrong technique or turning on the or touch. And then look at her. This is turning on the bottom. I'll show it one more time. So as you can see, she's turning. This is not the correct technique for helicopter. This is turning on the bottom. Immediately, this is 0.5. And of course, no difficulty value is given because it's wrong technique. or large error, in other words. Now, fall is, like I said, drop down or come down to the floor without control. Watch the boy on the left. There will be a boy on the left who will fall. You just see the slip, he falls. It's very difficult to see when you're watching this side, but as an execution judge, you have to see this fall. And this is immediately 1.0. So just a reminder, all movements with fall or multiple touches will be deducted 1, and all movements with 1 touch will be deducted 0.5. In both cases, no value is given in difficulty. Now, for the elements, deductions for the elements, of course, we have small, medium, large, and fall. But if you have multiple errors, like medium error, Wenson not there, feet apart, and a fall, for example, you add it up, then it becomes 1.01 plus 0.3 plus 1, which is 1.4. But the maximum deduction per element is 0.5. Okay, you don't go more than that. They will lose, I think 10 points will not be enough. And also execution judges will evaluate the choreography, which is AMP sequences, transitions, and partnerships. Now, of course, in addition, start and ending position of the routine, you check, and it's either small, medium, or fall. And AMP sequences, this is a point. Each 8 count means each unit. Okay, you see jumping jack and knee lift and then march, lunge, and then you want to deduct, oh, 1, 1, 1. No. You deduct as each 8 counts. As a unit, you will check small, medium, or fall. Of course, if you have too many, probably medium might added together, not added, occurred, and deduction. For transitions and link is each time. Each movement of the link, each movement of the transition, you take small, medium, large, or fall. Now, of course, if they use the acro elements for transitions, you will refer to elements here, this deduction. But if it's a link and transitions without acro elements, you refer to this, which is the same, but not the maximum of 0.8. Now, partnership, each time, collaborations and physical interactions, you can make 0.1, 0.3, 0.5, and 1. Okay. Now, choreography. For example, A and B sequences, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can add knee and unclear knee lift, knee position, and foot position. You can add sequences each count, but within each count, you go 1 plus 1. Okay, for transitions and links each time, and this one is transition plus acro plus transition, medium, small, small. Each time, acro and last transition. And then this will be total 0.5. You can't add the scores, okay? But there is 1, 3, for the small and medium, but you can add 1 and 3 becomes 4. That's okay. Now, another choreography of partnership, balance and balance, 2 times balance, loss of balance, and dismount. You watch. They tried to lift and then he lost the balance. Now try to change the position, but lost the balance again and dismount. This is very significant error. Therefore, it's medium. And then the second one, well, you can say significant, but compared to the first one, this is a smaller. And then so it's 3, 1, 1. Now for deduction for elements, this is a small error. Because landing with the feet apart, okay? And medium is the Wenson position with left hand. This is an example. Wenson position with arms not on the upper tricep. And large touch. Okay, these type of movements you can deduct according to the elements deductions. Now this is a fall. Totally uncontrolled, so she couldn't hold. It wasn't just a immediate touch, it was really a fall because she was out of control. I'll show you just so that. Okay, we used to say more than 2 body parts, etc., and all that, but no, we will just continue with this one. It's not a one touch, it's an uncontrolled fall. Now, this is like multiple errors. Hip flexion, one touch, and Wenson position. I don't know if you can watch well, but try your best to watch this way. Okay, I know you couldn't watch very well, but first, during the flare, the hip is not extended when you're supposed to. So hip flexion, and watch this boy. He will come and touch. He touched his foot already during, see? And then the Wenson position, arm is not on the upper tricep. So just to show you again. So in this case, it was 0-1 for hip flexion, 0-5 for one touch, and Wenson position, medium, which equals 0-9, but you will give total as a multiple error, maximum 0.8. So deduction for synchronization. Now for mixed pair, trio, and group, you evaluate all the competitors performing all movements with identical range of motion and precise timing and same quality as a unit. Now, identical range of motion, therefore, a girl can have arms down, boy can have arms up, but if the range of motion is okay, it's okay. But if with the choreography part, boy can have hands on the side and then the girl can have a hands on the left with different range of motion, but it is a similar type of movements, that's okay, but precise timing and same quality as a unit. For any AMP sequences, each 8 count or each unit, you deduct 0-1 as you see the synchro mistake. And for elements, acrobatic transition, and partnership, each time. If you're a previous judge, you know we used to say like maximum 2 points, but no limit now. If there is lots of synchro mistake, you deduct. We need to have a differentiation between the 15 mistakes of synchronization versus 6 mistakes or 2 mistakes. We need to have the differentiation. 10 and 18 mistakes, they should be different. 25 and 10 still. So we have no limit in synchronization deduction. Let's see. AMP without mistake. Timing, quality of the movement. You can see the differences when you see the synchro. They're moving as a unit and you can see. No deductions for these. Now you can see with mistakes. There was a synchro mistake. You can see off. Timing is a little bit off. Range of motion was off. Timing was off. Hand up was off. Oh, actually he forgot, but it is a synchro mistake. Timing is out. So synchronization mistake, I don't know, because it's a moving video with the conference system. I don't know if you can see, but timing or the synchronization error, you can see not only execution judges, I think public notice very well too. So you need to deduct as it occurs. And also in synchronization mistake, not AMP, but other movements, elements, transition and partnership. Small is each time. Timing to the vertical split was It was not everybody together, just to show again. If you see this is one mistake. Okay, now I'll show you the main, but let me change the screen. Okay, this was lecture 1. Now it was, see, we tried the little by little. So this is lecture 2 now. I will continue with the lecture 2. Okay. Now, with this execution deductions, I am not going to explain you with the lecture 2 all the general errors, and then you can see some of the list that's inside the code of point. Now again, to remind you, it's very difficult. We cannot make the dictionary or encyclopedia of all the errors that could occur. So these are examples. If it's not in, but you find a deviation from the perfection, you must deduct. Don't say it's not in the list. It's not the matter of it's in the list or not. So just remind you, the list of example is not exhaustive list. Now we'll give you the general errors for choreography and general errors of elements. Now choreography, all the movements with a fall, of course, or multiple touches will be deducted 1 again. just remind, one touch or wrong technique, well, with the AMP, not too much, but 0.5. And evaluate perfect execution with maximum precision while performing AMP sequences in each 8 count, transitions, and partnership. Now, choreography. Incorrect body alignment, or these are examples, okay? Incorrect feet position, legs, feet bent or apart, uncontrolled arm movements, and incorrect or uncontrolled movements. Okay, these are all small and medium. What's the difference with uncontrolled arm movements and uncontrolled movements? First, particularly on arms, these are with other movements of the AMP. So you could include the foot or feet or knee, the uncontrolled, okay, toes. So this is incorrect body alignment in collaborations, but small error because, so not uncontrolled, sorry, incorrect body alignments where he's going to go, but the way he came off, he was out of the alignment. And incorrect position and transition. Aha, it's so quick. You were able to not see one more time. Look at, did you see that when he was up, he was in the, with the feet, not in together, and then also when he comes down in a transition. Now, landing with feet, legs, feet bent or apart. Sorry, this is a landing. Did you? It's very difficult, but if you notice how she landed, her feet were apart. This is very small, but this is an error. Okay, incorrect. Uncontrolled movements of acro and transition. Now this is a medium and small. Uncontrolled means he was almost losing balance with the acro because he makes a hop and transitions. One more time. Okay, this is medium and small, total 0.4. Now for the elements, all movements again with the fall is 0.1, multiple touches, and one touch will be 0.5, and elements with turns start from standing. Turn starts based on the foot position. So jump, or you see where their feet are when they start, and then you check if it's a complete turn or incomplete or extra turn, the direction of the feet. So just to give you examples, incorrect body alignment during elements, small, medium, body form, small, medium, or large, adjust or correct hand position, for example, in supports, 0.1, feet not together when landing, 1, 3, or 5, incorrect feet position, 1 or 3, legs, feet bent or apart, 1 and 3, uncontrolled arm movements, 1 and 3, loss of balance, 1, 3, or 5, an interruption of the flow of the movements, 1 and 3, and wrong technique is 0.5. Okay, these are some of the general errors of the elements. Touching the floor, one time is 0.5. Incorrect or uncontrolled push-up landing. We don't want to see the uncontrolled or incorrect in landing in push-up, 1, 3, and 5. Incorrect uncontrolled split landing, as written in past newsletters, where your hands should be when you land, on 2 hands on both sides, 1 hand on only, or 2 hands. These are type of the things you can check. 1, 3, 5. Complete rotation. This you see in the diagram that it's there, but between 0 to 45 degrees is just a small, and more than 45 is 0.3. Extra preparation. We will show you some movements with extra preparation, of course, of the elements. You can see before they turn or before the high V, then it's 1 or 3. Acrobatic elements performed on elbows, as it was mentioned a little bit in chair of judges panel, but if they do acro with elbow, 0.5. Push-up position. Shoulders is not in line with the upper arm, depends how much, deep, 1 or 3. Wenzon position, leg lower than upper tricep or not supported, or not go to Wenzon position immediately. Then you go medium air. Ending in split position or incorrect arm position, 3 or 5. Okay. So just to give you the elements, body alignment and legs apart, pike plus A-frame, small and medium. Oh, sorry, this is not 0.2, this is 0.4. I am very sorry. I will change so that it's incorrect. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Here we go. I'll show you again. He goes to pike, already slanted, and then if you see the A-frame, this is with the Wenzon, it's medium. So, oops, sorry. Here we go. Okay. Next is incorrect body form and pike form. Oh, I'm sorry. This is also 0.5. I don't know why this was not changed. Disappeared. Sorry. Let me get back. Very sorry, but I need to change. Okay, so pike form. It was written in a newsletter before. We do not accept pike in this position. This is not called pike. Pike is when your body and legs are in, like you see in a shorthand, V, not V, but on the side air. This type of pike, this is not, we don't call this a pike. Therefore, if you see this kind of pike form, then you go 0.5. Okay, now feet. I am very sorry, feet not landing together. And again, this one, it will be the total of 5. Okay, it's a small, and medium. Feet position, landing, and incomplete turn. Okay. Feet position, as you can see, not controlled here, incorrect. And then you land with the feet apart, and this is already incomplete turn more than 45 degrees. Next, incorrect feet position of V support. Okay, then example is leg, feet bent or apart. And this one is mainly legs, but plus balance. I think you were able to see a little bit clear with this. See her legs, and then she's right and left with a balance, which is very obvious balance. Therefore, it's small and medium. Uncontrolled arm movements in Cossack. Look at this boy, okay? His arms, they don't care. So this is a small error. And loss of balance, straddle L support. These are medium error. Interruption of the flow of the movement in illusion. Supposed to do the without flow, with the flow, but if it's interrupted, she was interrupted, and then also she couldn't do the second illusion. So this type, you'll see the medium error. We don't know if she wanted to do the second illusion or not, but we can see that it was interrupted. Helicopter, wrong technique, turning on buttocks. Then if you see that type of a helicopter, you deduct 0.5 as a wrong technique. Touching the floor, plus actually touching is 0.5, but you'll see a little balance also. Did you see the touch on the second row, second turn? This is first turn, loss of balance. Here, she touches the floor. So this will be touching the floor. So small and touch equals 0.6. Incorrect uncontrolled push-up landing. But also we have scissors, pike positions, scissors and pike position as a small errors. So 1, 1, and 5. Okay, I'll give you the each specific later, but the position of the scissors with her, and then pike position, him, but this is not bad as the other one because his upper body is there. And then landing to push up for the girl. Look at the girl, she stops and holds where you're supposed to absorb push-up landing, but she stops with locked elbows. So one more time. Then that becomes 1, 1, 5, and total 7. Incorrect uncontrolled split landing because both hands in front is 0.5. Turn and 2 hands. This is landing with the two hands. Here, this is 0.5. It's a wrong technique for the split landing. Incomplete or extra turn. We have small for 0 to 45 and medium for over 45. So you'll see the double turn, especially the girl, and plus the landing. Oops, look at where she started. Her feet position, and then you turn and you'll see the landing position. He's doing double. She's doing more than 1.5, less than double. Therefore, it becomes medium. Okay. Extra preparation. This is what I was saying. I will explain. Before he does a high V, he has extra preparation to do the high V and plus Wenson position. Okay. He does a little here, getting a little ready. Up and down and up. This is a extra preparation. And then when he lands, his foot in Wenson position, this is medium. Therefore, it's 0.3, 0.3, and total 6. Acrobatic elements performed on elbow for flick flack. As you can see, she's doing acro elements. If you see elements with elbow, 0.5. This one is push-up position. His shoulder is not in line with the upper arm. Now, hands and feet not at the same time, and push-up position and synchro mistakes. So hands not same time, small, push-up position 3, and synchro 1. This is not called, okay, sorry. Okay, hands and feet not leave at the same time for girl. And then push-up position and synchro mistakes. So this will be 1, 3, and 5. 1, 3, and 1. When some position, leg lower than upper triceps or not supported, or not immediately, and this is not immediately. He completed, he completed a straddle cut and then brings the leg. You see, this is not immediate. One more time. Medium error. Ending in split position, incorrect arm position again. And this one will have hands on one side and extra turn, or incomplete. Well, actually, she's extra. If you notice, when she landed, she had two hands and immediately put on the other side. This is minor. Medium. The other girl that we showed earlier, she had both hands and on one side only for the end position. That's why it was 0.5. Okay, if you see land, two hands on one side and immediately she brings it back, this is medium. And of course, extra time because she didn't start from that area. So lecture 2 was to show you the explanation of some of the general mistakes, okay? Now I will continue with the execution 3, which, okay, 3 and 4. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Okay. Then let me show you the screen. Okay. Now this is execution 3 and lecture 3, and it's now going into a specific errors. What we saw earlier in lecture 1 and lecture 2, we were just giving you some general information, but this one is specific, exactly what happens in each group and family and in some of the elements. But again, these are examples, okay? All elements with a fall will be deducted 1.0 immediately. And that's, although we said 0.8 maximum, but if you have one is for the fall, that's clear, 1 point immediate. No more than 1.2 or 1.1 or, okay? Elements with an airborne phase, family 1, they are dynamic strength. And inside you have A-frame, straddle cut, explosive high V. And here elements without airborne phase, 0.3. Pike, for A-frame, pike position more than 60 degrees, 0.3. A-frame, hands and feet do not leave and or land to the floor at the same time with airborne phase, 0.3. Straddle cut. Straddle position is not shown. We can know it's because sometimes it looks like, was it a straddle cut or A-frame? Because you don't show the clear straddle position. And if you don't see, it's not a straddle cut, it's a wrong technique, 0.5. Straddle cut is not shown, means you see the position of straddle position, but no cut, then it's 0.5 because it's a straddle cut element. Also, this is, you need to understand very clearly, but hips higher than shoulders before the cut. Your hips must be higher than shoulders before they do the cut. So if they don't, 0.5. And for explosive high V, back not parallel to the floor is 0.3. So for A-frame, push-up position and no airborne phase is small and medium here in this case. You see the pike position not clear, and then no airborne phase in A-frame. Okay, she turned on her one arm more. So if you see this, then it's 0.3. So 1 and 3 is 4. Next one, A-frame, less than 60 degrees of legs, pike position, and push-up position. Well, Wenson position actually. You see her pike position was only this much. This is like 90 degrees, okay? So if you see this type, you deduct medium, and then her push-up position, not clear ending also, and Wenson position is 3, so it's 3 plus 3 and 0.6. Then A-frame, hands, feet not leave together. We see this a lot, many. We see their feet come to the arms, okay? And you slide your hands and then down. Looks like you did A-frame, but no. This is medium. Straddle cut, straddle position is not shown. And for this, him is Wenson position. So 5 and 3. Okay, straddle means open legs. But after he lands, he just goes, and this is not really a straddle cut. Okay, wrong technique, and he's Wenson position. So it's 5 and 3. Okay. Hips higher than shoulders and Wenson position, 5 and 3. As you can see, when he does a straddle cut, his hips are higher than his shoulders to do the cut. And the Wenson position, it's on the other side, but you can see. Okay, for high V, extra preparation. And for her case, back not parallel and uncontrolled landing. It was very difficult for her. She starts with the preparation extra, and then she goes on the up, but not parallel to the floor. And then when she lands, kind of landed without control. So in this case, 3, 3, 3, and is 9, but you give maximum 8. And I'm fine. I am sorry, but I'm finding little miss errors as we go on, and then I will correct them so that you'll have the correct version. Okay. Maximum is 0.8 per element. So just okay. Then now going into family 2, and family 2 are static strength, and it's a support, V support, and high V support, and planche. Okay. Skill is not held for 2 seconds. That's wrong technique because it's called support elements. We need to have a 2 seconds. And then unbalanced body during the skill, 1 and 3. Straddle support. For straddle support, legs wider than or less than 90. This is 1 and 3. V support, legs not in vertical line, 1 and 3. High V support, back not parallel to the floor, 1 and 3. High V support with extra preparation, immediately 3. Horizontal support, body, legs are not parallel to the floor for any horizontal support, which is planche and straddle planche. Above or below, okay, body and legs are not above or below to the floor is correct, therefore 1 and 3 or 5. Horizontal support means planche or straddle planche. Arms not extended, 1 and 3. Straddle planche, legs wider than 120. Of course, wider the easier. It's a wrong technique, therefore 0.5. So for planche, not 2 seconds and legs wider than 120, it's 0.5 and 0.5. And of course, it should be 1.0. Okay. And but the maximum is 0.8. Did you see? She did not hold 2 seconds. And her legs wider than 120. This is like a split already. Okay. Support unbalance during the skill. This is medium. This is medium. Straddle support, legs wider than 90. Okay, it looks like straddle okay, but 90. We ask for 90 for the perfect execution, but it's a little bit, so it's small. D support, legs not in vertical. Almost, but she's more on her body than supporting, so it's 0.1. IV support, back not parallel to the floor, plus this case, synchro. Put a hold 2 seconds parallel and synchro mistake. Legs not parallel to the floor and Winsome position. His legs are under parallel, too low. Therefore, and then also the Winsome position where we don't have this anyway, but the way he did, Winsome position medium, 3M, 5, 8. Legs wider than 120. So as I said, the legs wider becomes easier, and it's not the straddle planche that it's technically wrong. Now the family 3, leg circle. This includes flare and helicopter. For flares, hips are not lifted during the extension phase, means hips are not extended, and legs pushed forward into straddle position, means you don't see the flare leg rotations or anything, but just go forward to the straddle. Helicopter turning on the bottom before leg circles, and helicopter performed with arms holding legs and incomplete turn. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say. Not the extension, 0.3. And push forward is a wrong technique, so it's 0.5. Turning on the bottom for helicopter, 0.3. And performed with the arms holding the legs is 0.5. An incomplete turn, 0 to 45 is 0.1. And more than 45 is 0.3. Hips are not extended during the flare. His hips were not extended when he started again. Okay, that's medium. Flare or helicopter with incomplete turn. He did too many flare and turn helicopter. Therefore, he probably didn't complete because he didn't know where he was starting to go. But you're supposed to finish with the same direction as you start. Okay? Okay, with family 4 is dynamic jump. This is in group B now. And this is compulsory for individual men category in difficulty, but as an execution, you check air turn, free fall, gainer, butterfly, and off axis. Now, feet and hands not landing on the floor at the same time is 1, 3, or 5. Free fall, position of the body above 30 degrees horizontal is 0.3. Gainer position of the body above 30 degrees horizontal, 0.3. Butterfly, without half turn on the floor before takeoff. You're supposed to have a half turn on the floor before takeoff for the butterfly. So it's a wrong technique with 0.5. Uncontrolled arms and legs during butterfly, 0.1. Butterfly body not extend in airborne, 1 or 3. Butterfly position of the body means trunk and legs above or under horizontal for 45 degrees, it's 0, 1 or 3. And for off axis, body and legs under horizontal, 1, 3, or 5. And body axis angle above 45 degrees horizontal is wrong technique, 0.5. You can check off axis detail in the newsletter 8 in FIG website. Oh no, newsletter 7, I think it was newsletter 7. Please check the newsletters because it's been informed. Thank you. So body above 30 degrees horizontal for free fall, but also hands and feet not land at the same time. It was like jujun landing, and then it's medium and small. He was almost air turn. Okay, you're supposed to have body angle already slanted for free fall, and then he lands with hand and feet not together. Of course, his body was straight, his feet touched before his hand. 3 and 1 is 0.4. Missing half turn on the floor before takeoff for butterfly. He was supposed to turn half before he does the butterfly. Therefore, it's wrong technique. It's 0.5. Body not extended and trunk not parallel and uncontrolled arms. So 3, 3, 1. And I think I cannot calculate. I'm sorry. Okay. Here we go. She tried the half turn, and then when she tries half turn is her head and then everything, but the trunk not parallel, and then uncontrolled arm during the element. Did you understand what the half turn is? She's not the perfect execution, but just to give you, from here, you're supposed to, she's swinging her head this way towards the front. And that's what you need. That's the turn you need to do. The other boy didn't have this half turn. That's why she has a technique, correct technique. It's just that not clear execution. Okay, butterfly with trunk and legs under horizontal, 45. It's body and legs down under horizontal for 45 degrees. Legs under horizontal for off axis, and in this case, uncontrolled landing also. Off axis jump is very difficult to understand. I don't know if I can just show you. Off axis jump is you're doing turn of your body as well as turntable turn. I don't know if you understand what this means, but not only this twist, but you're also turning turntable like a record player. Then both together, that's why your axis is totally off from vertical or horizontal. That's why when this person is twisting and the body is turning, that is the correct technique of off axis. But it's very difficult. That's why the value is pretty high. But we would like to see the good execution of this off axis if you're going to do. Okay, so one more time, legs under horizontal and uncontrolled. Okay. Okay, now to family 5. These are form jump. And this is tuck, Cossack, pike, straddle, or frontal split. Okay. And tuck is knees lower than waist level, depends, but 1, 3, 5. Cossack, for Cossack, pike, straddle, or frontal split, legs lower than horizontal is 1, 3, 5. And straddle or frontal split, legs not symmetrical. Symmetrical means right and left same. And this is 1 and 3. So for tuck, for this case, feet apart, small, legs separated, small, not to waist level, 3, and uncontrolled landing, small, and incomplete turn, small. Okay, did I count okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay, feet apart, but and then legs separated, you can see, and not to waist level, this leg, and then boom, uncontrolled landing and incomplete turn. Okay, so then for straddle jump, legs not horizontal. Very difficult to see, but you see, not horizontal. And this is 0, 5. And straddle leap, legs lower than horizontal. As you can see, the boy. Okay, and then it's down. Feet apart, for straddle jump, feet apart, legs not symmetrical, and bent knees, trunk alignment and landing. For this case, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, but you can see. Okay, feet apart to take off already. And leg, when I say legs not symmetrical, means like this. This is not symmetrical. It should be like this, right and left the same. This is already one side up, one side down, straight. Okay, and then they have a bent knees and trunk alignment and landing. Okay, error. So one more time. So it's not only the angle of legs, but if they are symmetrical or asymmetrical. Okay, next one is family 6, which is split jump and split leap. If you downloaded the code, we had given the renumbering of some of the sagittal split jumps. It was different number in a different section, but it should be this section, okay? For family 6, scissors leap, switch split, and sagittal split. And scissors leap, switch split, both of them need a leading leg minimum 45 degrees. So if it's not minimum 45 degrees, it depends, but 1, 3, and 5. For split elements, leg angle less than 180, because we check with the perfect execution. If it's around 170, it's 0.1. And if it's about 150, 0.3. And more than 150 is 0.5. Then body orientation not towards front leg means when they're in a split position, I don't know, towards the front, okay. I don't know if my Barbie can do, but if they are doing the split, this is a front leg. So her body orientation is towards the front leg. If she's doing this way, it's not towards the front leg, or can even look this way. But when you have split, then it should be your body orientation in front leg, because we're seeing many split jumps with body totally in different orientation, and it does not look like a split jump. Therefore, you check these, okay? Okay, and 3 and 5 for that. So for scissors leap, leading leg 45 degrees means first leg should have 45 degrees, but she doesn't. And her split position, an incorrect turn, incomplete turn, and bent knees or feet. So it's first not 45 degrees because you don't have a leading leg. That's wrong technique. Split position small, incomplete turn small, and bent knees, which is clear. But maximum is 0.8. Did you see the first? This is a this is supposed to be the leading leg, but she didn't lift up, and then she did the split position. Okay, already not really in a split position. An incomplete turn with bent knees and bent feet in the air. For scissors leap, she has a leading leg 45 degrees, so you can see the difference. But her leg angle is 150 and incomplete turn. I'm sorry, if somebody is using the screen, please do not, because I'm seeing a little, okay. Okay, her case, leg angles 150 and incomplete turn and bent knees. So medium, and feet and knees, okay, small. Okay, did you see her leading leg? She gives a leading leg up. This is her leading leg. And she has more than 45 degrees as a leading leg to lift off. And that's the other girl did not have. Okay, so that's the first technique. And then her split is about 150, an incomplete turn, and bent knees and the feet, and then landing. So, oh, sorry. So one more time. Okay. Now, for split jump, body orientation not towards front leg, and uncontrolled push-up in this case. So I already showed you what the orientation of the body. Look like a straddle, but this is a split jump she tried. And then, first of all, it's already, she's trying to land, but this is not into towards the front leg where she's supposed to have. Uncontrolled push-up landing. Okay, now the family 7. Family 7s are turns, and you have turn and horizontal turn. And just to give you in the little bit, we put two together. So this is not in the errata list, but I'm giving you the information. Okay, the one in the yellow. So loss of balance is 1, 3, 5. Lack of continuity means flow is 1, 3. With hop or not on the ball of the foot is 5. It's a wrong technique. And extra preparation, we do have 1 and 3. And turn with leg horizontal. Leg position not horizontal means horizontal on the parallel to the floor, or 15 degrees, between 15 degrees, 0, 15 to 45, 3, and less than 45 or more than 45, I guess, from the horizontal is 5. So this is first loss of balance in turn. You can start to see the angles here. Angles already, axis, body axis is already losing the balance, and this is significant, so it's medium. And this is hopping and loss of balance. Okay. It was a little hop, but he did hop. Oh, one more time. Okay. He hopped very quickly and loss of balance very badly, significantly. So it's medium. And this is also, again, I apologize for correcting. Oops, it's gone. Okay. Okay, here it is. Okay, can you see the screen? Yes, I believe so. So it's 5 and 3, it's 8. Next is with turn, extra preparation and wrong technique. Why? Because it's not underdone. All the turn must be underdone, but you deduct if it's not underdone also. Okay, underdone means turning towards the support leg. So let's watch. No preparation and turned. So she had a long preparation before the turn, and this is not a little preparation, so 0-3, significant, and she's going to stand on right foot, so she should turn the other way. The other way, this is under door, going inside is under door. This is on the door. So it's a wrong technique for the turn. We ask for underdone, which is towards the supporting. So if we see any turn not in underdone, execution deduct to 0.3. And then of course, difficulty 0 value. Okay. Then for last family, which is family 8, is flexibility. And this is vertical split. We will add vertical later. An illusion and balance. Okay. Free support elements, hand in support on the leg during the skill is 3. You cannot supporting on the during the skill. Split elements, legs angle less than 180 is 1, 3, or 5 because it's called flexibility. So 180 is a perfect execution. Vertical split, legs out of vertical line, 1, 3, and 5. Vertical split, supporting foot off the floor is 0.5. Illusion, inability to complete the full rotation of the free leg, 1 and 3. And extra turn after the skill is 1 and 3. Just to give you little image, so I'm going to show you. Illusion. What was the last one? Okay, first you have to complete the free leg, turning leg. Okay, if you start, this girl cannot do, but if you start from lunge position, this leg must come back to this lunge. Okay, or from standing, you take a step to do, then you can have a feet together. But if you start from lunge, okay, sorry, if you start from lunge and this leg, free leg, turns and come back to here, lunge, front, then this is incomplete. Okay, so that is incomplete. And also extra term means, oops, where am I? Okay, and extra term means you do the illusion, okay, and she come back here, that's okay. But if you do the illusion and she come back here, that's 90 degrees, but 45 degrees over 45 degrees. So you do the turn and end with different direction. That's extra turn. Okay. So let's see if you understood. Okay, so inability to complete the full rotation of the free leg. It's not written, but it's in the code. It says extra turn after the skill. That means sideways, not the leg turn, but your body. Also, in illusion, lack of continuity. We already saw one. That one, she didn't try the second one. It's 1 and 3. And illusion, full rotation of the free leg, also here. Out of vertical line or out of circular trajectory. Means it should be in a vertical illusion, but it shouldn't go sideways. 1 and 3. Hopping or foot sliding during the skill for illusion is 0.3. Okay, you give hopping only for turns for 0.5, but for illusion, if you hop or slide, you give 0.3. Illusion, foot slide during the skill. Well, this one is the same, but we will put hop and feet together. I think that's what it's written in the code. Then illusion touching during the skill means you try the double illusion and the first foot touch on the floor and continue, that's a touch, 0.5. Or you try a first free illusion. And second time you touch the floor with your hand, it's a touch, so it's 0.5, no value. Balance turn with hopping, not on the ball of the foot, is 0.5. So vertical split, leg angle less than 180, and feet not together in ending for landing, and synchro in this case. Okay, they're not feet apart. One more time. You can see the leg less than 180 on the vertical split. Okay, and then also they land with feet apart and synchro mistakes. Now, legs out of vertical line. It looks like she's, but you're looking from the sideways, but the way she puts is on the side. So it's out of vertical line. Very small. This is a small error. Okay. Illusion, inability to complete the full rotation. Okay. You take a step, and so he's supposed to end here or feet together, but he continues and land with feet in front. He's missing this much. So this is not completing. So free leg out of vertical and sliding and synchro of the board. Sure. Okay, free leg out of vertical, and please watch the girl. Second illusion, she tried because she lost the balance on the first one. She already slide this much. And then now she's totally out of vertical and synchro, 3-1-1. Illusion, sliding and different foot position from the start. Okay. So, but it's minor how she landed. We said both feet together, so sliding and different, so medium and small. For balance turn, hopping. Okay, she hopped. I don't know if you can see in the so she hopped on the second turn. So it's hopping, so it's 0.5. Okay, those were the specific errors. And then of course you need to practice with watching the video to see. You don't get to see slow motion or stop or anything, of course, but just to let you know so that you know how to study. And then now I'm going to explain, no videos, but just give you an execution deductions for aerobic dance and aerobic step. Okay, we have of course execution judges, but all movement must be perfect with maximum precision, of course, and any deviation will be deducted from 10 points with increments of 0.1. It's the same as aerobic gymnastics category. And evaluate the competitor of the weakest or the larger mistake as an error. And because we have 8 people in aerobic dance. Okay, part 5 for aerobic dance. AGU evaluates mainly the synchronization. This is a key to aerobic dance. Without synchronization, aerobic dance does not look good. But of course, you check the start ending position included and AMP dance sequences technique which I will explain on the next artistry, what is that AMP dance sequence, but including the second style and transitions and links and partnership collaborations and interactions, elements, and if difficulty and acro included, also the elements. This is optional. So just to give you an idea, but you're evaluating all the movements they do. But AMP dance sequence is a little bit different from aerobic gymnastics sequences. How do you apply? 0-1, small, 0-3, medium, and 0-5, large, and fall for 1 point. Okay? And you deduct difficulty elements or acrobatic elements if included, because it's optional. And if they do, you check that element as 1, 3, 5, or 4. But maximum for multiple errors, you give 0.8 maximum. Okay. Then deduction for choreography, start and ending position of the routine. Dance sequences, we have dance sequences, each 8 count, we call AMP in dance style, dance sequence. Okay, and transitions and links each time, and partnership each time. And then of course, inside the dance sequence, you are checking the second style also. And synchronization, before we had maximum of 3, but no limit for aerobic dance and step, no limit of synchronization. So if it's AMP sequence in dance style, unit, each 8 count, 0-1, and difficulty and acrobatic elements, transition partnership, 0-1 each time. Same system goes with aerobic step. Okay, you check the weakest, and this one also the same with maximum precision, but we now have, in addition to synchronization, transition, link, partnership, and placement, in addition, we have a stepping technique, and placement of the steps on the floor means when you do the formation with the, where you put the step platform, you check if it's in an equal distance, or are they different or just randomly placed. You check that also in execution. And stepping technique is very difficult to check, but you can see when roughly done. We're not talking about the fitness class, okay? We're talking about aerobic step as a competition routine. But you will check the stepping technique. You can see some differences with the bad technique by just heavily on the step, or just almost, how do you say, tripping over and stuff like that. You can see with the stepping technique. And this is also small error, 0-1, medium, 0-3, large, 0-5, and if it's fall, it's 1. Okay. In choreography, you check the start and ending position of the routine, 1 or 3, and step technique is each 8 count, each 8 count, 1 or 3 or 1. Transition links, 1, 3, or 5 or 1. And partnership each time, 1, 3, 5 or 1. And we add handling of the step. If they are holding the step roughly, or handling, putting down like a dropping down, these kind of stuff, it's immediately 1. Okay, if you see the bad handling of the step, it's a 1 point. Again, synchronization, no limit. Okay, especially stepping is more easy to see the synchronization, and it's the best. We need to, if it's a synchronized stepping sequences, then it's beautiful. beautiful. But if it's not in good same timing, then it shows it's not togetherness. Okay. And of course, all other movements, 0, 1, each time and each unit. Okay. We don't have any example videos for the aerobic dance or aerobic step, but there will be a practice routines that you can check in the STS program, because we gave some routines to practice for you, but you can also practice in all the routines that you saw today with the STS program. You can access to all the routines from 2014, but of course they do with the different rule at that time, and therefore you will have lots of deductions. But I'm hoping once you understand how to judge this type of the movements is how much deductions, then it should be no problem. All I want you to know is if it's a little bit, when you feel, it's small, 0, 1. But if you say, it's a different, significantly, it's medium. And if it's wrong technique or large error, means wrong technique or one touch, 0, 5, and fall or multiple touches are 1 point. So keep that in mind. And synchronization, when they are together or not, you can see. I think audience or public can also check that. And therefore, I want you, I know you guys already practiced so much and you've been judges for some of you many years, but try your best to adapt to what we are doing in the Kodo point. And please understand, we are trying to clean up the execution. We don't want gymnasts trying high level of elements when it's not perfect. No, if so, go down the value of the elements to do and no execution deductions. It's crazy if you're trying to do 0.8, 0.9 value elements, which is divided by, for example, 0.8, it's divided by 2 in difficulty score, which is 0.4. And then you have medium significant error deducted by execution 0.3. Wow, that's 0.1, trying to do something that's not in your 100% or 200 capacity. Okay. I want all the coaches and gymnasts to understand as well that we want to see perfect execution with good technique. And therefore, that's the coaches and gymnasts can try, and judges, all of you are the person who will tell them how many, or if this is not correct, or if this is correct. You can only tell them not by phone, not by writing a letter, but with judging. Do you understand? So please try your best and learn what we're trying to tell you, that we would like to see the perfect judging. I mean, perfect execution. Okay, I'm sure some of you might have some questions, but as I said, please write it down, and then later we will send to me. But I will try my best to think something in addition after the artistry, okay? Thank you very much for your attention, and please stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.